Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Looking good.
Nice.
Very,
Yes.
Are you guys triplets?
Okay, yes. Nice. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Crazy girls.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you. Happy Halloween.
Happy.
Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Huh. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking.
Red Dreaded Entertainment, what's up everybody? My name is Akasan and I am joined by my friend Raddy from Radry. Okay, just please introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Radley. I'm on the YouTube channel Radry, Radrey. I'm trying to push my channel's brand. It's Rad Culture. Anyway.
There you go.
Yeah.
How rad. Anyways, we just did a video here. We were talking about, he interviewed me and all that. But I just, if you checked out my Weekly Wednesday What's Up, I mentioned something I wanted to talk about, which was basically the whole Halloween culture. So we have some stuff running in the back, just my little experiences here. But I wanted to give, kind of just have a conversation a little bit, very podcast style, on how this is all working, how Halloween was. So this year you kind of stayed in.
No, I stayed in. Fuck that. I mean, there's a couple of you go on Google or something and you can type in Japan, Shibuya or something. It's just it looks like a bunch of ants.
It's massive. It's
massive.
It's massively wild, right?
Yeah.
And that's I guess where how long have you been in Japan?
7 years.
7 years, and I've been in Japan for 6 years. So
Okay.
you and I have both seen a bit of a change.
Definitely.
For those that don't know, Halloween in some form or fashion was never that big in Japan. It was actually kind of banned in some sense. You remember you remember the Yamanote line?
Oh,
the
yeah,
Halloween Yamanote line.
Yeah, the pumpkin train line. Remember that?
The pump. So what happened is that here in Tokyo, we have many lines, but we have one line that goes in a circle all the time. It takes about 60 minutes to get to Greater Tokyo area, and that's called the Yamanote line. It's the green line. It's the most famous one. And so, since there was never really a place for foreigners to really enjoy Halloween, basically they just got on this train drinking and costumes, and it was a big issue because it started to get more popular, more and more. People were going, and people were just this is was the middle of the day for some people. They had their job to get to, and it was crazy. So they finally banned it, and then what happened was the nationalistic guys, black van, they came in and they started having the protests right outside of Shibuya. And so finally they just put a stop to it. They're like, no more. And so people started flooding out to the streets of Shibuya and Roppongi. It started in the foreigner area, but then in Shibuya it started to flood out, and that's where we basically got the wild area we have. And this year was the first year that Japan basically closed off the streets, blocked off the streets, and now it was basically like a block party, very similar to my own hometown. And that's why this year was probably the craziest year.
You think so?
Oh, it was so insane. I wasn't here in Tokyo last year when this kind of stuff was going on, but because it was more of a block party, it wasn't as restricted anymore to just the Omotesando, when you go up the main area of Shibuya where the Burger King is.
Oh, yeah.
What is that called?
Sentai?
Yeah. That's where basically all the main stuff was going on, but it was too crowded there. And now all of Shibuya, or the main center area, was just basically blocked off. And that's where it was explosive this time. 4 straight days of partying in Shibuya, in Tokyo.
God damn.
Friday I went to the YouTube space, the YouTube party, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday, this mess was just so crazy, and it never used to be like that before.
Oh, really?
But
yeah.
What's your take on this, basically?
Well, I don't know. I mean, most of it's positive. I'm really glad that Japanese people finally get what Halloween is. But I guess the only downside about it is, I mean, generally Halloween's mostly just for kids if you think about it.
Do you think
know?
so? Because I've had
Oh.
this conversation with several different people, many Japanese people as well, and they also have been along the lines of Halloween is for kids, or would you say even young adults like that? But I disagree because
Okay.
I've always found, like, you know, over the years of teaching at Eikaiwas and such. Yeah, yeah. Over the years
God
of
damn.
teaching at
No shame there.
over the years of teaching at Eikaiwa and such, it's for me, it's been like you spend most of your time doing the trick-or-treating thing, dancing with the kids, giving them candy, and then I had no time to do like the adult stuff because it was just too terrible. But it was only when you get to the adult stuff that you see like the crazy costumes and the really creative stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I've never thought that Halloween was just for kids. I just thought when you get older, it's even crazier. That's all. Like,
It's
and
true,
you
you
see
get more creative.
Like, and then, you know, my hometown, Los Angeles, the West Hollywood Parade is really huge. So we have that sort of wildness going on as well. So I'm not so big on. I mean, I'm not. I don't. It's not that big of a difference for me. But I have noticed that if you're from Colorado, right?
yeah.
They don't have this kind of feeling or environment and such.
Well, I mean, if you go to Denver, like in Colfax
Yeah.
Street, people dress up like this. Yeah.
This wild.
Yeah, but no, it's not like this packed. I mean, it's not Japan. There's not that many people. So.
Okay. Very interesting. Well, what were some of your experiences like when you saw this last year or when you went out? Like,
Man, the first thing I think is, oh, fuck this. Let's get out of here.
really? Because of
Yeah.
the people? The
There's
amount?
just too many people. I mean, like before, like a couple of years ago.
Right.
Like, I want to say 2014.
Yes.
2014. I remember I was invited to go to some film festival, Halloween film festival. Scream Queen Film Fest. Hey, there you go. It's a plug for you. One of my friends, Mai. All right, okay. So I was going to Scream Queen's Film Festival, and I'm like looking around, like, God damn, they finally get Halloween here. You know, because before it was like 2013. Nobody got it. Like,
Yeah.
maybe us gaijin were like,
Well, the foreigners,
hey,
yeah.
we're-
Hey, Halloween! Natsukashi
Yeah.
brings back good memories.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
translation, yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, you try to hit on chicks or something, you like say, hey, happy Halloween, you know, and they're like, yeah, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's exactly the way
Well,
it was.
it's very. I also feel this is very interesting as well because that's a good segue because there is a mix of the culture, but I also feel like young Japan into Halloween is also getting a little confused with exactly how to deal with it because
Yeah.
Japan, like anything that is brought in through America or just some sort of imported culture, there's always going to be some sort of change. McDonald's has the teriyaki burger, you know?
Yeah.
KFC has beer in there. They serve beer. And they have their donuts have a hole through them and served with maple.
Ew.
I threw up there.
Oh,
so
that was you?
that was my vomit. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's
that was
fine.
it.
That's
It was
fine.
it
That's
was a
fine.
wild drunken time. So
Sorry to see that.
I'm just doing all uncut like footage for him to take a look at.
Okay,
and such.
all right.
So
That's
many
fine.
Harleys, adaptions, and such. But the debauchery continues. So, as I was saying, like this adapted culture, it's not always the same. But I also think there's a big problem because I noticed the one thing I noticed a lot was all the foreigners mixing with the Japanese people, and some of them took it out of hand. Like they would start touching inappropriately or like making out. That's one of the things I noticed on camera was one of them really wanted to kiss one of the girls, and it was just kind of like. That's taking it too far, basically. Like,
Definitely.
And it's very interesting to see because it wasn't just the Japanese, foreign guys doing it. It was also like the young Japanese guys doing it. They just really didn't know how to like balance out that appropriate behavior or so.
Yeah.
You know? And that's something that I've never seen in like a Japanese sort of environment. For example, if you like think about race queens or something like that, race queens are even like the Kamike festivals or something like that. You don't really see like guys come up and just straight try to kiss one of the race queens or something like that. They get their ass fucking kicked out. So
Yeah,
I
that's a
thought that was
no-no.
kind of weird to see. Like, I saw several instances where like guys would like try and make out with a girl or something like that, right in front of everybody, and it's interesting to see how it's changing the Japanese culture. Would you say
definitely.
like have you seen anybody talk about that yet?
No, I don't think. I don't know. I mean, Japan's always had like this weird evolution when it comes to like Western culture.
Right.
You know, they only take in the pieces they want.
Right.
And then like they try to adapt it to make it like their own thing, and then it just gets weird. That's the best
true.
way I can explain it.
True.
You know.
And I wonder, and I'm actually really wondering here, like how it's gonna be. Because see, it's like I lived in Osaka for a while too, so it wasn't that hard to work around. Like I kind of get the wildness of it all,
Yeah.
like that. But I never have seen like that outlandish PDA, a public display of affection, like that. So I'm very curious how it's going to go in the future, or how it's going to be. What do you think? Do you think there needs to be any sort of like rules or regulations introduced in the future or
I
so?
guarantee there will be.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen of it, or what, you know. It may be another thing where, like, the Halloween Yamanote bomb thing or whatever. They might be like saying, no more costumes. You can't do this. I don't know. You know how it is in Japan. Like, they're really stupid.
I don't know
sometimes.
if, you know, I
Maybe not no more costumes.
Right,
They just mean,
right,
like,
yeah,
in Shibuya, you can't do this or whatever.
they're gonna try to that might be a good idea. They might start relocating it in the future.
Yeah.
Like they'll just say Halloween can only be at the park or something.
Right,
like,
right.
Halloween all the debauchery would be at Yamanote Park. What I'm actually surprised though.
Yamanote? You mean like Yoyogi?
Sorry, Yoyogi
Yeah, okay,
Park.
all right, no,
Yoyogi
like,
Park.
I've never been there.
I'm
Where's that?
actually more surprised that there's actually not. They haven't been able to do like a concert, like a huge concert hall or something like that. Just like an open sort of area. Like, do we have something like Yoyogi
It might come down to
Stadium
that.
or something like that?
Yeah.
And-
Akasan predicts the future. 2016. You hear to hear, folks.
like that. It would be very interesting because I think that would be a little more controlled, actually.
Yeah.
That would actually be perfect. Tokyo Big Sight.
Like Tokyo Big Side or
Tokyo
something.
Big Sight. You have
What are you doing?
I'm filming.
Pervo
things.
cam?
No. I think like what I would always do is I would
Okay.
get the camera ready to come in, and so it's already filming by the time I start doing something like that.
Oh,
So
okay. All right.
Don't
That's your excuse.
That's how I cut it all out,
joking.
basically.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I think any other last sort of things to talk about with this?
Halloween.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always fun. I mean, like they got really creative.
Yeah.
I mean, the best thing about these whole Japan Halloween things is that just as everybody wants to see the costumes. So, like, there's a bunch of like YouTube videos. It's like
Sure.
dime a dozen for all of them. But yeah, that's really, really cool seeing all the costumes.
I hope, I think as long as they have more bathrooms, because that was a big
More
problem too.
bathrooms,
Well,
yeah.
because
Peed your pants.
no, like
I'm
you would
joking,
go
I'm
into the convenience stores, 7-Eleven, Lawson's, and all of them had like they were like, ha ha ha. We put caution tape, Halloween caution tape, on their bathrooms, and in Japanese was saying like from 10 o'clock to 4 a.m. we're not gonna have anybody using the bathrooms. I'm like, okay, but you still are selling us your products,
Yeah.
your drinks. So you just want me? So I just go back and pissed on around the corner on their
Might as
building.
well.
It was like really fucked up. Like, so the only porta potties they had were by the station. Actually, this time around, it's good that they had it. The other thing to actually, the thing that they offered was a changing section.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This was very interesting because you would think all these girls are, but guys, girls, all of them would change before they leave the house, but they're embarrassed to show themselves on the train looking like that. So what happened was Don
Like women of the
Quixote.
night.
Don Quixote was would offer changing sections so
Oh,
people
okay.
could change
That's
into
cool.
their costume. Kind of cool, but also kind of like, okay, they're kind of keeping it all a secret, basically. So.
Oh, really?
Well, you know, like for me, I had to do my makeup and everything, so I just did everything at home, and I
Right,
took the
right,
train.
right,
I didn't care, but it was kind of weird being the only person on the train later terrorizing people.
Yeah, right.
Like,
You look pretty weird. Like once you start leaving the costumes area, you know, like people are like, who's
right.
this guy?
Exactly. Exactly. Once you started going
Yeah.
to your own home station, it was very interesting. But all in all, it's pretty cool. I hope next time, are you going to try to go out to something like this next year?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because I was just too busy this year. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm preparing a costume, and I just didn't have time, you know.
Yeah. We'll see. Guys, let us know what you think. Again, tell them what the channel's all about.
Oh, my name is Rad at Rad Culture. The channel's name is Radry. I don't know. I've been stubborn. I don't want to make a new channel. But anyway, yeah, you can find me there. That's my plug.
And there you go. Okay, let us know if you were part of the whole Shibuya situation or Halloween in Japan. Let me know what you thought about all of this, of the change that's been going on, because this is news. This is a new, brave new world they're beginning here.
Exactly.
I kind of miss it, actually, because I was partying for the last 4 days. I kind of miss it, and it's a shame that it's only once a year, because I can't really think of anything else.
It's fun.
Yeah, that Japan
Yeah.
does. This stuff. Only
It's true.
World
Yeah.
Cup if Japan wins.
Cup.
Right, so you need to be
Whatever.
like a fake sports
Yeah.
fan if you want to be part of that.
Yeah. That's true. There's not that many events you could really be a part of.
That's just
Halloween's
wild.
like maybe the only
This is
one.
it. Yeah, New Year's. There's sometimes I heard there's a New Year's party sometimes, but
Oh,
that
those are fun.
is it?
Yeah, you go to
Really?
Shibuya and like they do the countdown. in
Oh,
Shibuya.
really?
Yeah, I recommend it. It's fun.
And what people do? They just walk.
They
around,
just it's kind of like watching the ball drop. You know,
and then they
in
walk
New York.
around just Happy
And
New
drawing
Year like
Happy
that,
New Year,
right? Hmm.
that bullshit. Yeah, but it's not as many people.
Right.
That's
At least because I think with the Halloween thing, it's a little more creative. Like,
Oh,
if you-
definitely.
like, oh, you like Walking Dead? I like Walking Dead too. Hey, like that.
Yeah,
You become
yeah.
friends for a little minute. So,
Yeah, exactly.
all right, guys, let me know what you think below, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you